Here's some more Q information. If you go into these Q drops and pub and other places, these people that really get into this show that these things have happened again and again. They've been literally legitimacy has been proven again and again. Whoever this Q group is, they have inside information, and even the media is now, mainstream media is watching them very carefully. So this shows that the media is being played to by Q, and it's also been predicted very carefully. Let's go on to some other spots here. People that get into these timestamps and this, it's very accurate. They cannot do the timestamps both Trump and Q at the same time. It's just not possible. They found that out. The abuse by human trafficking and child molesting is sick and unreal, and we're seeing arrests now with this stuff. So it's really important that this stuff come out. And they've got this CBS, CNN, ABC, NBC, Vice, BBC. They've got all this, Rolling Stones, all this stuff here, Times, Political, BuzzFeed, all this stuff. Fake news comes out on these major networks all over the place, time and time again. Some of these drops are astounding. 70% of elected officials are corrupt. That's not surprising. But he also states not everyone is corrupt, but there's a great majority that are. This stuff with the border, the stuff with the military, the CIA, DOJ, the military, there's way too much corruption going on. Mayo Clinic, who's on their board of directors? John McCain's surgery fake. Some of this stuff just is unreal. And the elections would even have been better than this if there hadn't been so much corrupt voting. Now notice the source here, Edge of Wonder, 7 undeniable proofs. The fact that this is from Edge of Wonder really shows you how mainstream media is not going to touch a lot of things that need to be talked about.
Simply nothing is random, everything has meaning, plus Q, which was posted on November 6th at 5:07 p.m.
Now the really interesting thing is that just 8 minutes after Q posted this, President Trump tweets this out at 5:15 p.m. about his visit to Japan. But at the end, he writes, massive military energy orders happening, plus. If Trump posted this before Q did, that would be one thing, but this was just 8 minutes after Q did.
So what does the plus mean? Also, he put it with massive energy and military orders happening, but the plus could stand for a few different things. But do you guys know what happened between November 4th and November 6th of 2017?
It was when all the Saudi Arabian princes and officials were being arrested. Over the span of the next month or so, about 200 people were arrested.
And Q makes another post a few days later saying a lot. But the gist of his post is that the DS, or Deep State, lost one of the sides of their pyramid. So they lost a huge amount of their capital, which has figures in the trillions.
So, according to Q, the source of the financial control of the world are 3 groups: the Rothschilds, George Soros, and Saudi Arabia, with Saudi Arabia having the code of plus. And according to Q, the cabal just lost Saudi Arabia.
Now, could all of this just be a coincidence? Sure. However, we just got started, so keep watching if you really want to have your mind blown by the Q phenomenon.
Watch this. This gets very interesting.
Is a traitor to our country, leaker, national security evil, TikTok, hope the 7.8 million was worth it. Enjoy the show.
So at this point, no one's really sure what he's talking about. This could mean anything, right? But immediately after this, people started diving into who Adam Schiff is.
Believe it or not, Schiff was heading the Benghazi investigations for over 2.5-year period, which cost, ready for this, a documented $7.8 million.
So now, with any comment, most people just have to wait to see what happens. But that same night, Q then posted this. Dude, can I say this word?
Yeah, just say it, whatever.
False flags, POTUS, 100% insulated, expect fireworks, justice. Fireworks? What could this all mean?
Well, the morning after the bombing, Q posted this. Do you believe in coincidences? Blunt and direct time, BDT. Think currency. Think fireworks. Thwarted. Message delivered. These people are sick.
Now the bomber, who ended up injuring 4 people and didn't kill hundreds like he claimed he was going to, was from Bangladesh by the name of Akhed Ullah, whose explosion was more like fireworks than an actual bomb, and excuse me if I butchered that name.
Now, as for the blunt and direct time, think currency part, the currency in Bangladesh is called Bangladesh Taka, I think that's right,
yeah.
Or BDT for short.
Did they know? Then Q says thwarted message deliver, meaning that they knew this was going to happen already and prepared to stop him, and the message was actually for the cabal, with TikTok meaning your time is up.
Yeah. And to make things even more crazy, in Adam Schiff's own district in Los Angeles, there was a massive sex trafficking ring which included the sale of a 15-year-old at a hotel.
Now, we're not saying that he's definitely tied to this, but someone posted to the board that maybe he's trying to cut a deal, and Q actually responded to it. And he responded with, the intel dropped is bigger than you can imagine.
Now, on a side note, you guys might be asking, what if Q was the one who actually set all this up and this bombing, and he's just trying to get out of it?
Yeah, why trust this guy, right? Well, there's basically 2 reasons that he didn't do that. For one, ask yourself, why hasn't the mainstream media brought this up if this is the case? I mean, wouldn't they jump all over this like rabid dogs foaming at the mouth? And 2, why would he explain to everyone what was going on if he was behind it? I mean, he just laid the whole thing out.
Right, exactly. So, for the first point, the mainstream media isn't calling him out, which is why we believe him even more. Because if they do, and they ask him, can you prove it? And he says, yes, well, it proves that Q is legit, and they just basically shot themselves in the foot.
So, more like signed their tombstones, right? I mean, geez. And this is why the media stayed away from him for months until they could figure out how to report on him. But no one is really talking about his posts directly. They're just calling him crazy conspiracy theorist sitting behind a computer.
Going to end that post there. We'll give you all the links to all these, but it is more than crazy what's going on with you.
President Trump's
Here goes another
notepad
one.
of handwritten questions that he was supposedly going to be asking to the school shooting survivors that he was inviting at the White House.
Now, the reason the media went crazy making fun of him was for his overly simplistic notes saying, look how horrible he is. He even had to write down a reminder at the end to make sure that he shows sympathy. But, you know.
Right. But let's break this down a bit. For one, this photo was taken before the kids arrived while Trump was preparing to meet with them.
Okay, and think about it, everyone. Why would Trump show what he's going to say to the camera if it doesn't make any sense unless he wanted them to take a photo of this? I think they take for granted how smart that guy can be, you know, with strict mic.
Well, and why would he want that? Well, that same evening, Q posted this. Security test 1 through 5, and then read 5-5 red, which seems like a test channel for 8chan.
Now, the crazy thing, in lingo, 5-5 basically means loud and clear. But is he saying loud and clear read or loud and clear read?
So looking at Trump's fingers positions, which is kind of awkward, it seems like he actually placed them there on purpose. And you can count 5 fingers, and then underneath it is the phrase, I hear you.
Which actually makes it sound like Q and Trump are talking to each other, with Trump saying, I hear you, to which Q is responding loud and clear, red.
So if we're really getting you to wonder now, wait till you see what's coming up.
All right, this one we'll just briefly touch on, but many people are now wearing Q shirts at the Trump rallies, and Q has posted some of these images along with his video.
In this video, a Trump supporter is shouting at Trump wearing a Q shirt, and Trump points to his shirt.
Does it get any more obvious than that?
There's so many more we can cover, but due to time, we might as well go straight to one of the last posts Q has made up until about making this video. So right before Q posted this image, he posted a comment saying, "Look for more direct confirmations. It's time." Soon after, he posted a distorted image of a lamp with an Apple logo.
This confused everyone at first. No one had any idea what Q was up to until someone realized that the image was being reflected on the back of an iPhone.
But this just isn't any old lamp or any old iPhone. When someone figured it out, Q posted this. Who would have thought the Twitter phone could be so useful? Do reflections violate national security rules? Where must one be located in order to obtain a reflection on the back of a phone of that image?
So, turns out this is the lamp in Air Force One, and he is claiming the Twitter phone is Trump's own phone, and by asking, does it violate national security, to take a photo of the Twitter phone.
And how do we know this? Q then posted this. Trolling is fun. Hussein, meaning Obama, Trump interior identical minus small changes. World News and Rear literally placed same prior to each departure. Placing that mug holder near the lamp was the hook. Enjoy.
So you can obviously tell Q is having a bit of fun with this post, and that the interior of the plane was the same as Obama and Trump's version of the plane.
But the real kicker is the mug holder near the lamp.
You can kind of tell that Q is someone or a group of people near Trump that are actually posting.
Or maybe Trump himself in some cases.
I mean, you never know.
Never know. If I was Trump, though, I'd probably want to do it too.
But more importantly,
why aren't the media talking about this?
there are so many more that we could have covered, but this would be a very long video, so we decided to end it here. But as a bonus, and one of the most shocking posts out there is the one on sealed indictments. Usually, there are about 1,100, that's 1,100 sealed indictments in the country at a given time, right? An indictment is a formal accusation that a person has committed a crime.
A sealed indictment is an indictment that is non-public. Sealed indictments are typically used in prosecuting individuals or criminal networks in cases where revealing names could lead to individuals fleeing the country or destroying evidence.
And guess what? There are over 40,000 sealed indictments spanning over every single state in the U.S. and affecting all levels of government. But of course, no names are on that list.
Check this out though. Since Trump has been president, there has been a whopping 3,600 resignations from CEOs, including some big ones like Eric Schmidt from Google, senators, Congress members, officials, along with the terminations of senior FBI and DOJ officials.
So Q posted this spreadsheet showing each state and how many sealed indictments are in each state. You gotta check this out.
This information was found on a massive spreadsheet with active links to every single one of the resignations. So, what does this all mean? It seems to mean that very soon there's going to be a massive crackdown on so many officials in the U.S.
It seems like this is not an issue of if it happens, it's a matter of when it happens, which is what Q has been preparing the public for this whole time.
To get the people to stand behind the president and to arrest the cabal who are fighting to keep control and using the media to try to stop people from waking up to the truth.
But we are awakening, and this is what Q calls the coming of the storm.
Finally, how all this began, on October 6th, President Trump was having a photo op with reporters after he met with his top military commanders and said it is the calm before the storm, which confused everybody.
Later that month, Q made his first post, which then became the start of the storm, and the rest of this is basically history. I mean, we're currently in the center of the storm right now.
Well, guys, what do you think of our QAnon video? Did your view or opinion change after watching this?
So let us know in the comments below. Also,
all right, we're going to end it here. This is deeper, wider, greater than I can even begin to say. The Q phenomenon is going to only grow as these arrests and these indictments come out, these sealed indictments come out, as these people resign and try to flee and other things happen. Military tribunals going on currently, and so much more.